Hey, it's Chris here, and we're doing a TBR. I know. It's been like 4 videos since a TBR because I have not been posting. But I always do the Queerlit Readathon, or attempt to do the Queerlit Readathon when it comes around. It's one of my favorite readathons on BookTube, and so I definitely had to do that in June. And June is also the Bibliogames, previously known as the BookTube Games. And the BookTube Games was really good for me with my reading in February. I read so much, a lot of graphic novels, a lot of comics that I really enjoy, and also like a lot of great novels and audiobooks. And like I just really dived into reading because of the BookTube Games previously. So I figured, why not do that as well this year? So I'm just going to go through what I have as a potential TBR. You guys know I'm very much a mood reader and do not stick to TBRs that often, but there are some things that I do have, like some specific goals that I do have that I want to read for this. And so we're going to see if I can hit all of those this time around. June is also Pride Month, great time for a Queerlit Readathon, and I am going to be busy, y'all. I'm going to Pride Fest, which is the weekend before Pride. I might be going to Out in the Park. I might be going to, there's a Love Simon, like, and Millennium, like, theater thing happening, and I'm probably going to go see it again, because it's me. And I'm going to Pride Parade, of course. I've requested off for all of that. So I'm going to have a very eventful Pride month, but we'll see if I can also have an eventful reading month as well. And yeah, like, pretty much everything I'm reading is going to be queer. Hands down, 100%, that's what it's going to be. So yeah, I'm excited for it, and we're going to see how well I can do at this. And yeah, it's a Queer Readathon hosted every year, every time, by Kathy and Rogan Shannon, and this year is also being hosted by my friend Yvette over at the Book Cape, which I'm super excited about. I love Yvette. I love her channel so much. If you're not subscribed to her channel, you should definitely go and subscribe to her channel now. She's just fantastic. And yeah, I'm really excited to do this little bingo board. I actually printed it out this time, and like it's in color, because I figured out how to make it smaller and print it. And I'm just going to put it in my notebook and paste it in there next to my Queerlit TBR stuff and everything like that, which is cute. And yeah, I figured out that I kept marking down books for the different things on here, essentially. And was having the struggle of my life to hit bingo, but I'm going to count diagonally. I think diagonally counts. And so for middle grade book, which is the bottom corner of that diagonal, I'm going to be reading The Backstagers in the Theater of the Ancients. A graphic novel. I'm going to be reading several graphic novels during the month. I know I'm going to be reading, as for queer ones, I'm going to be reading Long Exposure, the webcomic. I think I'm going to read the next volume of Motocrossed, or whatever it's called exactly. I read it like during the BookTube Games. I don't even know the full title right now, but I read the first volume, and it's pretty queer. So I'll be reading that, and I also plan on reading Check Please, which I believe is also queer. So, but there's gonna be other queer graphic novels that I'm reading during the month. I'm just kind of planning on a graphic novel, webcomics thing, actually, where I'm gonna be rereading like Rock and Riot and some of my other favorites as well during next month if I get time to. So that one's definitely gonna get hit. New author. I wish you all the best. By Mason Deaver. Yeah, I'm sure most people have probably heard about this, but super, super excited to be reading it. So that's going to be a book for new author. I could have also used this one as well, which I'm also going to be reading, How Not to Ask a Boy for Prom, by S.J. Gosley, because I've never read this author before. And the last square for that diagonal, this little green diagonal, middle grade, for this green diagonal here, going for middle grade, graphic novel, new author, and it's question mark. And so question mark one I was going to use was actually Rock and Riot, which was a reread, because I'm rereading that one for a couple reasons. I haven't read a lot of books with ace characters that I connected to in the way that I did to the character in this series. And so I was really excited to just kind of go and pick up and go back over that story, because I kind of miss being in the world of it, honestly. And it also has just one of those endings that I really have thought about more when I like think about just like reading. When I think about queer fiction, I often think about Rock and Riot and the way that it ends and how it's kind of relevant to the time period and it makes sense, but also is a satisfying ending. So I just wanted to reread it. It's something I really enjoyed. So I may reread my question mark square and got my bingo that way. There are some other squares that I probably will be hitting. There's some other things I plan on reading, obviously, that fit some of these other categories, like one's book rec, I have some nonfiction and all that, things like that. But that's just what I'm going to have for my Queer Lit Readathon bingo. As for the Bibliogames, I'm on Team Sidekick, and their book their group book is Not Your Sidekick by C.B. Lee, and I've already read that. But I just put a hold on it in my library, which had a copy already, so it's just gonna be ready for me at the hold section when I get there. I'm probably going to do a reread of Not Your Sidekick, because I've also have not gone on to read the other books in the series. I liked Not Your Sidekick. I wasn't in love with it the way a lot of people were. Hopefully this reread will push me to read the following books in the series. And remember why I was kind of lukewarm on it maybe also. So yeah, I'm going to do a reread of that. It's been a while. And then the other books for the main rooms, besides your group's group book, is Gem, which is a format you don't typically read, and that's kind of difficult for me because I read all formats. Everyone knows that. I read an ebook, I read physical, and I listen to audiobooks. The only format I could think of that might work for this was to read some things in like a PDF form, because I have some arcs that have been sent to me in online PDF form that I have not read yet and that are queer, a lot of them actually, and I think part of it's just like reading it on my laptop in that form. That is very different for me, but we're going to try to do that for that challenge. I don't know exactly which book right now. We'll figure it out when I get there. There's literally so many things that, like books that I have copies of in my email like that. So we're going to see when we get there. And Lunch was a book's bit of satisfying, and I'm just going to count Rock and Riot for that, since I'm going to be rereading the Rock and Riot webcomic, and I'm really excited for that. The other things for the specific sidekick classes were Comedic Relief, a book with a funny side character. I don't know what book's going to fit that, but one of the books I read is going to fit that. Like, as much of the things I'm going to read, somewhere in one of these books there's going to be a funny side character. I don't really know where it comes to most of these, which one will or which one won't. But we will say it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know much about the side characters for any of the books that are on my TBR or that are on my shelf that I haven't read. So, but something's going to fit that, and then we'll figure it out from there. Once I finish that novel, I'll be like, this is the one. Or, like, as I'm reading, I'll figure it out. Hero Support was a graphic novel, which is great when the challenges bounce off of each other. I was like, yes. Gonna hit that one with one of the graphic novels that I read for the Queer Readathon, or with one of the ones I read after that, because I might also be reading the next volume of the Charmed comics that I haven't read, because I'm very much enjoying them for the most part so far. So yeah, I'm like trying to let's not jinx this. The Charmed comics started off kind of rocky for me, but I'm enjoying them right now. And Mission Strategy, which is nonfiction, and is a book of nonfiction, obviously. And I have a very specific book of nonfiction that I'm planning on reading during this next month. I'm probably going to start it on the 2nd, so I can start it during the Queer Lit Readathon too. And just kind of read it throughout the month. It is called Queer Magic, LGBTQ plus Spirituality. I have like a copy right here. Queer Magic, LGBTQ plus Spirituality and Culture from Around the World is the full title, by Tomas Prowler, and I'm not even fully sure what this book encompasses. I know that it was recommended to me by one of my coworkers who was reading it for a while and absolutely loved the experience of going through this and like learning about the different cultures. So I'm intrigued by it. I am very, very intrigued by it. I know it goes by like different region of the world and queerness in relation to spirituality, and it should be really interesting. Maybe I'll review it. I'm not really a big reviewer of nonfiction, but I'll at least have a written review definitely on Goodreads. If I feel like I have a lot to say afterward, I'll definitely try to see if I can do a film review as well. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm very intrigued by this. I've had it for a little while, and I've been wanting to get to it, and I figured this is the best time to do it. that would cover all the challenges, but there's also some other books that I definitely plan on reading. I started US for Perfect, and then I put it down to start a different book. So I'm going to restart US for Perfect by Laura Silverman, because I was really enjoying it, and I honestly pretty much, I kind of relate to this character and the way that he kind of puts pressure on himself in high school, and all the different things he was doing. I was always involved in everything, up until probably my junior year of college, where I kind of burned out. So, yeah, I'm excited to see where the story goes for him. And I really, really, really want to restart. Another book I want to restart is You Know Me Well by David Levithon and Nina LaCour. I haven't read this book in like 7 months, y'all. I tried. I put it down. I tried. I put it down. I tried. I put it down. We're going to try again and hopefully not put it down this time. That's the plan. Because I love David Levithon. I really do. And I like Nina LaCour too. So, like, there's no... I don't know. I don't know what's going on with me in this book, y'all. But we're going to try to do it this time. I also have The Music of What Happens by Bill Coningsberg. This is another book that was on my most anticipated list, actually. A lot of these are my most anticipated releases of the year. Music of What Happens, You Asked for Perfect, How Not to Ask a Boy to Prom, and actually all of these are, now that I'm saying it out loud, all 5 of these are on my most anticipated releases of the year video. So I'm actually getting to everything pretty much on my most anticipated list, which is great. I've already ordered a couple more, or pre-ordered a couple more, like Tell Me How You Really Feels and things like that, which actually are coming out. Some of those are coming out in this upcoming month too. So I really could go anywhere with this readathon, because I could be reading Her Royal Highness, which I think I will have a copy of in the next couple of weeks. And there's a couple other things on my TBR that I'm like Keep This to Yourself, which is a thriller, and like things like that. Death Prefers Blondes, which I will also have a copy of, that are all going to be here within the next few weeks. So this could really go anywhere, but it's going to be very queer and very fun, and I'm really excited for it. The book that I switched away from You Asked for Perfect for was this book, which you can barely see in this lighting. There you go. Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. I actually had an arc of this book, and I just hated reading it in ebook format, because the digital format had some weird formatting things with emails and things like that, and paragraph structure. So I wanted to get the physical book. Honestly, I'm about halfway through that. And maybe I'll finish it before June. But honestly, probably not, knowing me, like knowing what I'm about to go do tonight, which is go get drunk with my friends, and that tomorrow's the 31st and I gotta work from 10 to 6, I probably ain't getting this done before June. So this is probably my first thing that I finish reading at the beginning of June, so I'll just have whatever my remaining pages are be part of my reading for the Bibliogames, and go from there. And hopefully finish it before the start of Readathon, and then jump into the books on the TBR. But we'll see. But point is, this book is amazing so far, and I do really want to finish it. I'm excited to finish it. Just had to wait for it to get the physical copy. Like, I needed to own this to do this. I really did. I bought it. I don't buy a lot of books that I read digitally first, but I had to buy this one because it's really that good. So yeah. If you're doing the Bibliogames, you should tell me what team you're on. If you're in Team Sidekick, let me know. Let's follow me on Twitter, Vigilante Reads. We can like tweet about things, you know. I think there's a Twitter group chat for the sidekicks that I'm joining, which is exciting. I'm like, cool, maybe I'll actually be a little more active and like talk to people this time around. Well, who knows? We'll see. Yeah, so hopefully this video actually goes up. There's a reason why I did both of these in one video is because I have not been uploading, y'all. But I'm really hoping that this one actually goes up and you're actually seeing it. And if you are, I hope you guys look forward to more videos from me. I have new editing software I am barely learning, and I hopefully should get more of these up soon. I will see y'all next time. Bye.